You don't have to be like Maria Woodworth Etter and be a healing evangelist with signs and wonders following her to be used by God. God wants to use you in your everyday life to share his love with others.
Welcome to Collective Gifts. I'm Noella and this is Rachel.
Hey everyone. Welcome to day 19 of our 21-day Do the Right Thing fast. Yesterday we talked about God wanting to use us. This is our time. And yes, this is our time. So how can we be used by God? We want to make ourselves available, and we're not going to say, oh, I'm already serving in ministry, or oh, I'm still growing in faith, I'm not ready yet. No, God will use you even today if you allow him to. And so we're going to talk about a few different things that you can do to share the love of God with people. And the first one is you can do what we're doing right now, which is talking. You can talk with people, engage in a conversation, and just see what God is going to do to orchestrate it, right? Maybe it's talking about what's going on in your week, what God is teaching, you, and then it'll go from there. And God can use that as an opportunity to impart some golden nuggets or to give a word of encouragement, or it might be even a blessing to you because you'll be both sharing things where it's iron sharpening iron. And at the end of that too, maybe God's going to prompt you to go forth and pray with someone where then you can be sensitive to that, right? And instead of saying, okay, bye, I'll keep you in my prayers, God bless you. No, you're going to go forth and pray with them right now. And by doing so, it's already affirming them that you do care about them. You're going forth and releasing the power of God to work in that situation. And that person will ultimately feel loved by you and also feeling the love of God. And then the second thing that you can do is go forth in what we do every day. We have our phones and we text. So you can text someone, right? If you haven't seen them in a while, maybe they miss school or work, or maybe you haven't seen them at church, you can always send them a text, check in and see how they're doing. And then, maybe God will open up a door for a conversation there. And so once again, you can also text words of encouragement or pray, and God will use it as a divine appointment to be a blessing.
And so the next thing would be to share. You can share by talking to people and talking about your testimony of the good things that God has done for you, or you can forward a text or a post or a reel, a story or Facebook thing, whatever it is that ministers to you, you can forward it to someone that, it may minister to them as well. You never know. And so also we could also serve others, and do stuff for them if they need help, whatever it is they need, or, something to just cheer them up. You never know what people are going through. We like to bake, and so sometimes we will bake and give things away. And so, whatever gift that you have, you can use that to help others. We had a friend who was having an operation and kind of needed help because she was alone. And so we both went over to help her. I drove her home. And Rachel was able to help her and minister to her.
Just sit with her for a few hours and just be sure she was doing okay. Yeah, and we had, and at the end of that, we all gathered together with Nolan. We had dinner. We were able to just pray together, share encouragement, and just to love on her. And to this day, this is years later, she is so appreciative of it. Yes. It really touched her heart that God had brought us in to be able to, to serve her like that and to love on her and be a blessing. Mm-hmm. So, like Nolan said, we don't know what people are going through. We don't know what they're feeling. But just that act of kindness, whether it is sharing, something via text or social media or even in person, with a gift or act of service or a word of encouragement, right? That does something. It does something to let them know that they are not alone, that they are loved by us, but most importantly by God. And they're able to taste and see how good God is. And that draws them closer to him. And that's what we want. We want people to know the love of God so that they will go forth and have an intimate relationship with him, and they can go forth with, changed hearts and changed lives.
And so you never know what people are going through. And so if you just go forth and be you don't have to do anything extravagant or anything too difficult for you. Just do whatever it is that you feel called to do, or whatever, talent or gift that you have to help others and to show them, God's love, because you are here on this earth to be God's hands and feet. And how else are they going to know about God if they don't experience it for themselves?
Exactly. And yes, those fiery darts are real. So you just got to remember, right? We cast them out, cast them down. And we know that, whom the sun set free is free indeed. So we are free from fear, doubt, and worry and all that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go forth by faith. And, God gives us not a spirit of fear or timidity, but of power, of love, and a sound mind. And we can do all things through Christ who gives us strength. So we encourage you, go forth and seek the Lord today. Ask him, what kind of divine appointment can he set up for you, and be open to that? How can you minister to someone or give them an encouragement to use you? And then go forth in it and go forth and enjoy those adventures and see what God does, because he's going to do glorious things in you and through you. So we hope this encouraged you. We thank you for joining us today, and we will see you again tomorrow. Until then,
Shalom.